What is up, you guys? Welcome to session number 51. We are looking at the S&P 500 and Dow hit fresh record highs to start the week. So, S&P, Dow Jones rising today, building on strong performance from last week. Investors awaited fresh inflation and earnings data, according to CNBC. The broad market index was up 0.2%, while Dow advancing 197 points or 0.5. NASDAQ slid 0.2%. So we have Salesforce, the cloud-based software, sliding 1%, and we have Hershey, the chocolate, company, sliding less than 1%, following a downgrade from Morgan Stanley. We have Diamondback Energy rising. We have Meta Platforms also, rising 1%. Last week we really want to emphasize, S&P rising above 5,000 level, and that is, a record high that we, did in the session number 5050. Kind of coincidental, we, S&P rising above 5,000, and we, reported it on trading session number 50. So that was pretty interesting. We have, all three major averages are coming off their fifth straight week of gains. And right here we have 61 names in the S&P 500 set to report earnings in the week ahead, including the gig economy stocks, Lyft, Instacart, DoorDash. We also have companies like AutoNation, Kraft Heinz, Hasbro, and Coca-Cola. And we have more key economic data on Thursday and Friday, including January's reading on retail sales, production, imports and exports, housing starts, and the producer price index, also known as PPI. And here's quote unquote from Megan Swiber from Bank of America. The Fed emphasized that it would need to see greater confidence in the inflation data to begin its cutting cycle. We think part of the confidence the Fed is looking for is in the composition of disinflation. So we have the Federal Reserve coming out last week saying it's highly unlikely that they're going to be cutting rates in March. They didn't say anything about cutting rates in May. So we're going to see what happens, what data is going to be given to the Federal Reserve and Jerome Powell. And, we will see in the March meeting if they are confident in the ability of cutting rates. But they really want to see inflation coming down to their 2% goal. And, there's expected, couple rate cuts this year. I don't know if they're going to be doing, a really optimistic answer is 5 to 6, but that's really optimistic. I'm guessing my prediction would probably be 2 or 3 or up to 4. That is my prediction. If they don't cut in March, it's going to be really hard to get 6 rate cuts this year. But I do seeing them cutting rates definitely in May, as long as we keep getting great inflation data. Disinflation, we need inflation to come down to the 2% goal, and then Jerome Powell hopefully will get a lot of data to be able to be confident in the ability of cutting rates. So that is the news for today, February 12th. Let's see how the market is reacting towards this news. We have the QQQ right here making a high at 439.14. Now trading at 435.12. That is the 6-month chart. Let's go ahead and look at the 1 day, 1 minute. So you can see here really shooting up and consolidating here, and then really making it break down towards making a low of 434.66, now trading at 435.6. That is QQQ. Let's go to Spider. Let's go to SPY here. You see pretty much same thing. Really, making a high of 503, consolidating, and now coming down towards a low of 524. Now trading at 561. Let's go to just SPX and see how it's reacting from last week. So we have it really making a high here of 5,048.39 and coming down low at 5,000, holding that 5,000 level at 5,019, making a low of 5,016. And we made that high last week. I believe it was Thursday after hours, or it was during the market. But when we woke up on Friday, we saw really popping above that 5,000 level for the first time. So that is the S&P 500. Our positions, we have really, heavy position QQQ, 11 shares, 4,700. We really want to build that QQQ position up, as we just saw on it. It's making highs, guys, and it's coming back down, which we like. We would like to see this on the 6-month chart really come down towards the oversold values around below 45 and below. Hopefully that's when we will start really adding back in, but we don't want to add back, we don't want to add to it when it's, at its highs and the market is ripping. So we don't want to buy high and it comes down and corrects. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what news comes out, how it reacts, and we're looking every day on it to see what we want to do. So right now we are pausing the QQQ position again. We do have 11 shares, open P&L 5%, average price 412. We really want to see that come back down towards below 420-ish. That would be nice to be able to add a big position there. I mean, we see it making a low here on the 6-month chart of 341, and we don't see it really going back to that level right now. Really just depends what the Fed really does in March, and really we're ending earnings season, coming to the tail end of it. That's been a big factor of the market. Really big tech, QQQ is really tech heavy, and tech has been really making good earning reports, really driving up the market here, and in the S&P 500. But we'll see what happens after earnings, and then the great inflation data is coming out, and that's really making investor confidence really great, for people to bring back their money into the stock market, and that's why we're seeing a really big all-time high. And we're building on that this week today. So right now we're going to hold on QQQ. Palantir's, the Palantir position did get assigned. So we have a quantity of 8 shares, 8.2. We got our shares assigned from us at the 1850 strike. So now we are off the Palantir covered call. We were looking at, Palantir cash secured put premiums, and they don't really seem too optimistic for us to really get in. We see 24. We would really like to see it come back down to the 20 and 1 cent. We're not going to get in this position for $1, guys. It's just not going to work. So we'll see what Palantir does in the next few weeks or so, to see really, because we see this really pop up, guys, and I could see it correcting back down towards the 20 range, and then that's when we'll start putting cash secured puts in. We don't want to jump back in and get it at the high just because we think it's going to be coming down a little bit. So we are pausing Palantir as a covered call or cash secured put right now, selling options on it, just to see how the price reacts towards in the next week. So that is the update. We will be looking at selling options on another stock. We're really going to take a break today on selling options. We're not going to get into a position today. We're going to do a lot more analysis to see what company we want to dive into, and see what we want to do, if we want to do cash secured put, or if we want to buy in 100 shares and then do a covered call. So we are still thinking what we want to do for selling options right now, since our Palantir shares got assigned. So that is update on selling options. Now for the $10 buy of the day. Let's go ahead, go to trade here. Let's go ahead and look at actually the positions and see what's down in this market. So we have really 4 stocks that are down, in the portfolio. We have Starbucks, hitting 52 RSI, really coming back down here. Lockheed Martin at a 54. We have Zoom at a 50, and then we have PayPal at the 52. So really, you know, a lot of stocks are, the stocks that are down are trading in fair value range. And I think this is just going to be a buy where we just want to try and add to a position we're low on of these 4 stocks, and that is Starbucks. So I think we're going to be adding a position in Starbucks since it's coming down. We see it down 1.66%, one of the bottom 3 that is down on the day. So we're going to be adding into Starbucks, guys. So let's go ahead and lock in a Starbucks buy here. All right, $10. You know, order quantity, we have 0.10449. Let's go ahead and lock that in. All right, we got filled at 95.73. So let's go ahead now and look at what stocks are up on the day. And, you know, we have, you know, Nvidia and Meta really killing it. Unfortunately, they are not qualified for trimming just because our rule is we want to be able to trim 1 share at least. So that is not qualified yet, but it's still killing it, guys. We're 262% on Nvidia and 213 on Meta. They're absolutely ripping right now. And DraftKings, surprisingly, is coming in on at 3rd place here, 150%, which is crazy. It is eligible, but I think we just trimmed DraftKings not too long ago, so we're gonna not do DraftKings and not trim DraftKings today. Let's go ahead and look at the Palantir. Really, you know, we got our shares assigned, 100 shares. We kind of want to build this position back up to 100 to be able to do another cover call position on it, or do cash secure put when the premiums look better. And so I don't think we're going to be trimming today, guys. We have these ones that are eligible, but we need them to do a lot better for us to be able to trim these guys, just because we have, you know, they're near the average price, and we want to be able to, you know, make a good amount of money on, you know, the shares that we're trimming. And right now they are not presenting that opportunity for us, so we are going to be pausing and not doing a trim today. So we talked about how the market, you know, really building on the highs here, making fresh record highs to start the week. You know, we have inflation data that's coming out this week. We have a lot more, and then inflation data that came out Friday, better than expected. Federal Reserve, we're still, you know, waiting to hear some better news on that, to see, you know, what they're going to do in March, because, you know, they came out saying that it's going to be unlikely for them to cut rates in March, but you never know. Inflation data coming out better than expected, they might cut in March. You know, and then if they don't, who knows what they're going to do in May. So really, market is ripping from earnings as well. Federal Reserve inflation data really making, you know, 2024 a great year so far for stocks. All right, guys, so that is trading session number 51. If you guys are not subscribed here yet, please consider subscribing if you like this content, if you like live sessions, how we trade in the market. And, you know, hit that like button, smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. If you guys are not a part of our Discord yet, please consider joining our community over there. Go over to mogulfellows.com, check out the membership tab, check out to see what we offer. Free invite right now if you guys want to consider joining our community over there. So that is trading session number 51. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Hit the outro.